here with head coach Nahas after a 6-0 win over the Washington Spirit at Lakeland Soccer Park. Sean, can you just kind of give your thoughts overall on the game? Obviously, huge win for the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, it's a good result for the group. I thought we were really good. I thought we had a really good performance from start to finish, but first half I just felt we were a little bit too naive and a little bit too trying to be too cute in the final third and trying to make everything perfect instead of taking chances and risk. Thought we found some really good spaces. Thought we were really dynamic. Thought our possession was really good. I don't have the stats, but yeah, I thought it was a really good team performance tonight, and one that we needed coming off the Angel City game, which I thought we were really poor. So it's a good response. It's obviously always easier when you're home, but to come out and have the second half like we did and do exactly what we asked them to do in the spaces that we felt were going to be dangerous and things we had to change. Yeah, really proud of the group, and game's over and we move on. We don't dwell on it. We move on, start getting ready tomorrow for the next week.
You've talked about how much Brianna Pinto cares about playing for this club and just loves being here. How special is it to see her score a goal like that and have such an incredible moment like that?
Yeah, it's not even in the goal. I think it's just great to see her playing the way she's playing. I'll be honest, and if she was sitting right next to me, she'd say the same thing. She wasn't playing like this in the beginning of the year. And we told her she had to figure things out. We challenged her, but she challenged herself. She was working hard to try and figure it out. It's not easy. And, she's still a young kid in this league, and you're going to have those moments, but she's grown and she's matured and she's getting the time now. And if we have this Pinto the rest of the season, then we're in good shape. But she's got to stay consistent. Yeah, just to score a goal like that's always great, but I'd much rather her play well for 90 minutes than score a goal like that and play poor for 89. So she's been a different player the last couple of weeks for sure.
What was the message at halftime to kind of open things up for the players in the second half?
Yeah, there was no message. It was just these are the things we're doing really well, and we're putting ourselves in great spots. We don't need to bang our heads against the wall and pound on the lockers and try and get these. They're pros. They understand. And I felt Frankie. The one thing I told Frankie is you need to shoot. It's the first thing I said when I went in the locker room. I said you put yourself in great spots, but you're trying to be too cute, trying to make everything perfect instead of just shooting the ball. I said I don't care if you miss. I'll be less pissed off if you miss a shot than don't take a shot. So I was happy to see her finally take a shot, and look what happens. And that was the reason for the embrace when she scored. And but it was hey, look, we've been really good. We tend to slack off a little bit in the first 10 minutes and let teams get a foothold in the game, and I think overall we didn't do that today. I thought overall, top to bottom, I thought the performance was brilliant. Subs came on and really helped elevate the level of the play. But yeah, full credit to the players and their response and their coachability. And as I told them in the huddle, there's always a special moment in a season, and I felt like that was tonight. I felt like we became a team tonight, a family tonight. Not that we haven't been, but there was just something different about today. But I also will say that the week leading to Angel City was our worst week of training, and this is one of our better weeks of training. So go figure.
Was that or having a week off and everybody kind of getting away from it?
Yeah, sure, some of it has to do with it, but I don't. You still have to train. Everyone's in the same boat. Angel City had the same schedule as we did. They just outworked us. Tonight, we were different, but we trained really well this week. We were so good this week in training. Did exactly everything that we talked about happened. Spaces, everything. And we talked about how we were going to manipulate it. We talked about how we were going to put players in certain spots, and I thought we were absolutely brilliant.
You had 6 different scores tonight for 6 goals. How important is it to spread the load like that?
It could have been one score and we win 1-0. I'd say the same thing. I think the one thing that I found us doing was I finally felt like we knew we had them on the ropes a little bit, and we took advantage of it instead of just taking a foot off the gas. And that's why I said what I said. I've been with the team since day one with some of the best teams you'll ever put together. And I felt this was as good as a performance as any team we've had. Not for any other reason than we don't have those top to bottom players anymore. But man, that's a credit to the players, and we train in the same way, we teach them the same way, we hold them accountable the same way. Yeah, and they deserved it. So it's all credit to them, really.
How does the performance of this magnitude help develop the younger players' confidence levels the games going forward?
I think anytime you get a result is a confidence thing, but I think it's more time. But I think it's also they're doing their job in training to get the time. I don't give away freebies here. I think at this level, you want to play, then earn it. And when you earn it, that means you've worked your way in there. If you're not getting the time you want, and again, the word want, no one should want anything. You should deserve it. And I feel that this group has been like that all season. They just work their tails off, and when their moment is called, they do it. But they love each other and they push each other. And I think anytime we can get young players minutes, it's going to be beneficial down the road. But it's only because they've earned it. It's not because I'm giving it to them. I'm giving it to them because they've worked their tails off and they've been professional. And it's not easy coming out of college being the best player and now not playing. And we've had to educate them a little bit and hold them accountable and talk to them. But they've listened, and now they're getting the time.
Along with the 6 goals you guys scored, you're able to record a clean sheet. What do you think about the team's performance defensively?
Yeah, Nathan came up. Nathan was telling me in the middle of the first half, he said, out of possession, we've been really, really good. And I said, well, we've also been really, really good in possession, so that's why we've not had to defend as much. I felt we had to defend a little bit more in the second half, just certain things, and I thought top to bottom, the press top to bottom, the stuff that we changed and implemented this week, they did perfectly, and that's a credit to them. So, yeah, I thought overall, top to bottom, all phases of the game, I thought we were great. The last goal, the transition moment to run, and you saw the commitment of our numbers to get forward. I mean, that's our 6th running 95 yards, 100 yards to score a goal. So, that's a credit to Rumi, but it's a credit to the whole group and how we played top to bottom.
The number 10 role, ball goes through there so much. What does Frankie do really well in that position, and what she does well in that role allow the teammates around her?
Yeah, I think Frank is just an evolution. I mean, Frankie didn't play at all last year, and now she's earned her time, and she's so coachable. It's not about what she's doing. It's about what we're doing to help open up and create spaces and manipulate things, and the confidence we have on the ball and the spaces we train in. We don't train in big spaces, but that's why every time our players have a ball in a tight space, I just tell them to be calm and trust it, and we get out of things. But I think it's just the tempo we play, it's the timing of the movements, it's the players that we have filling in, and who do we create spaces for. There's different things that happened today that helped get Frankie on the ball that maybe Tess was doing that didn't get the ball but opened up. So I'm not going to go through all the details because you'll put it in an article and then everyone will know. Been there, done that. So if you want to know, then study the game. And I think at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious what we're doing. I think it's just we did the same thing against Angel City, and we were really poor because we weren't effective with it. We were really indecisive with our passes. We were just sloppy. It was, half the body on the plane and half the body on the field. And now, again, I wish I had stats here, but I would probably say the stats are quite good in our favor tonight.
Are there any questions from Zoom? Good? All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers.